What is going on, guys? Aggronix here. Welcome back to another week of the C.P.L. Now, I have a little bit of explaining to do. So what happened last week was that I played Hitman Top Guy. And that battle didn't go up because I don't know why. Bandicam's really fucking up recently. I don't know what's going on with it. I lost my battle with Craft. If you haven't seen that, I did a replay of it. It's uploaded as we speak. And I don't know why Bandicam's messing up. So that battle with Hitman Top Guy, I did lose. And also my battle with Pavlov, we did win 1-0. You can go check out those replays right now. Just go on a Pokemon Showdown replay, look up the Aggronix, and you will find them. And they're really good battles. Definitely check them out. But today we have a really strong opponent and a huge challenge ahead of us. We are taking on Gomez, who, if you don't know, me and Gomez have a very long history. First of all, when he joined the D League of the Elysian League, I was his co-coach. I was helping him through the battles. I was talking to him, and I was giving him pointers. And he was really awesome guy, Goose. Dudes, definitely show him some love in the comment section. He's a really awesome guy. But our link doesn't go past the D League. It actually goes much further. So in the Season 3 of the Elysian UCL, we played Week 2, and he beat me because I misplayed. And he also played fantastically. Again, Gomez is a great captain. In the Elysian UCL Season 3, in the playoffs, we beat him in round 1. Our teams were much different that time, or my team was. Originally I had Latios and Mega Absol. This time I had Blastoise and Dragonite, so it was a very different game. And we were able to pull out the win there. I believe there was a little bit of hacks involved, but I think on that day we just played really well, and we were able to overwhelm Gomez. So now we are both 1-1, and even though we do play later in the Little Cup League, which is I would say something completely different, I feel like this is pretty much the tiebreaker. And his team is really freaking good. So just to see at the bottom of your screen there, guys, I know it's a little bit hard to see, but his name is Mega Altaria, Jirachi, Tornadus Therian, Mamoswine, Infernape, Tentacruel, Exploud, Magneton, Slowking, Ditto, Garbodor, and Gastrodon. Holy fuck. Oh, I'm gonna get completely smashed. So his team is really good, and when building this team, I found it very difficult to, because obviously like his first 6 are just so threatening. I mean, this first 6 right here is just so scary. But on the other hand, he has Exploud, you know, he has Exploud and Ditto, who can be two very scary mons. He also has defensive mons like Gastrodon and Slowking that could be annoying, and he has Magneton that could trap my Aggron and then just do tons of damage to it, you know. So when building this team, I took everything into consideration and was very careful about how I build this team. So I'm hoping that it goes okay. I think it will come down to if we play well. I don't think our team is going to bring us to victory. I think we're definitely going to have to play with it, but we'll see what happens. First off, we start off with Terminator, Mega Aggron, running Filter, of course, with Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Heavy Slam, and Roar. Now this thing's job is really good, actually. This thing's job is to make sure to take on the Mega Altaria, take on the Jirachi, take on the Mamoswine to a certain extent, just take on Exploud even, take on a lot of mons. It can take any hit from any mon. Choice Specs, Infernape can't one-shot with Fire Blast, I don't think. Well, actually Choice Specs probably could, but Life Orb can't. Mamoswine can't kill with Earthquake, and Heavy Slam does about 40%. Tentacruel can't swap in because of Earthquake. Roar is there in case the Jirachi starts setting up subs, maybe, or the Altaria set. Oh no, I remember. If the Altaria has Cotton Guard, which I think might come, a Cotton Guard special set, and Aggron doesn't do enough with Heavy Slam, and he just starts killing my Aggron, Roar will stop that. And it's also in case maybe the Mamoswine, I don't know, I feel like Roar was really good against his team. And also because Stealth Rock are really good against his team, because his only Rapid Spinner is Tentacruel, which is very strong. Tentacruel is very strong and very good, but I feel like our team is not too scared of it, and forcing it to Rapid Spin means it's not attacking, so. Aggron's really good in this match. It can take on the Tornadus to a certain extent, it can take on Jirachi and Mega Altaria. It takes on his first 3 very well. It can decently take on Mamoswine. I feel like Mamoswine's kind of 50-50 and depending, like if he's Choice Banded, Aggron definitely loses, but if he's not even Life Orb, he's like Leftovers or Focus Sash, Aggron will definitely do okay. So we move on to Cherry, the Florges, Leftovers, Flower Veil, with Wish, Protect, Moonblast, and Heal Bell. Really standard. Like I said, Aggron is so important in this match. I just need Florges to support it. Florges also takes on mons like the Infernape, some forms of Mamoswine, some forms of Mega Altaria, It doesn't beat Jirachi, whatever, at all. It can take on Tornadus as well, which is good. So Aggron and Florges can wall basically the most of his team. The only mons that really Aggron and Florges can't beat between each other is maybe a Swords Dance Infernape, or Tentacruel in general is kind of tough for my team to handle, because I just don't know why. Tentacruel is always annoying to deal with. So we're going to move on to the next two, which is Spyro the Dragonite and Havoc the Rotom Heat. Like I said, Aggron and Florges walls the majority of his team, so I felt like bringing more defensive mons was just kind of redundant. So I went full offense in this last four. We have Spyro the Dragonite with Lumberry, Multiscale, Dragon Dance, Earthquake, Dragon Claw, and Extreme Speed. We're not running Outrage because obviously if I lock myself in Outrage and the Mega Altaria is still alive, you can just come in and kill me. I was thinking to myself, you know, like, I just won't click Outrage, you know, I won't click Outrage until the Mega Altaria is dead. That's easier said than done, because if there's a situation where I'm in against, say, what's a mon that fits this analogy perfectly? The Tornadus. Extreme Speed doesn't kill, Earthquake is immune, and I'd have to click Dragon Claw. At that point I'd lose Dragonite. I don't want that. So, this thing also has Extreme Speed. I know Dragon Dance plus Extreme Speed is weird, and a lot of people have been saying, you know, you don't have to run it. I like having Extreme Speed on here, just in case things get a little bit crazy, because even without a Choice Band or a Life Orb or whatever, Dragonite can take on some stuff with Extreme Speed alone. Extreme Speed does a ton to Infernape, it does a ton to Mamoswine, it does a ton to Mega Altaria. It does about 30% to each of them. I think it's about 50 to Infernape. Dragonite is just great. And with Lumberry, we can set up on a lot of things. We can set up on the, well, some forms of Jirachi. Obviously, if he runs T-Wave, we can't. Some forms of Infernape, some forms of Tentacruel, and I guess even some forms of Gastrodon, you know? It's just really, really good. I like Dragonite a lot. And we move on to Havoc, the Rotom Heat, Choice Scarf, Levitate with Thunderbolt, Overheat, Volt Switch, and Hidden Power Grass. Now, I was talking about Gastrodon earlier. I don't really have a lot for Gastrodon. I'm hoping he doesn't bring it, because it's actually kind of a problem for my team. I'm just hoping he doesn't bring it. If he does, it's going to be really, really tough to kill, but it's just the you know, the problem I've accepted. And Dragonite can set up on it, and Rotom has Hidden Power Grass, which is the main thing. But Rotom's really, really good, because it outspeeds the majority of his team, bar Choice Scarf, maybe Infernape. It outspeeds Mega Altaria. It can't really touch Mega Altaria, but it can at least Volt Switch on it and do a little bit of damage. It can overheat Jirachi. It can Thunderbolt Tornadus. It can overheat Mamoswine. It outspeeds Infernape. It can Thunderbolt. He has a lot of electric weaknesses, or let me rephrase that. He doesn't have a lot of electric resistances. His best one are Mamoswine, obviously, but he doesn't want to take an overheat. So his best one is probably Mega Altaria, and then I would say that's it, because Magneton is weak to overheat. So, you know, Mega Altaria is the best switch into this thing. So, and he also doesn't want to get Will-O-Wisp, so it's very, very weird. Rotom is going to be a really fun mon to use, I think, this week. Mind games are going to be a big part of this game. And finally, we come to the last two mons. We have Pulsar, Expert Belt, Starmie with Analytic, Scald, Psyshock, Ice Beam, and Rapid Spin. Running 200 speed with a Timid Nature, 252 in special attack, and 56 in HP. This thing is meant to outspeed something. I believe it's a Infernape. Is it 349? 347. Yeah, it's an Infernape. It's Infernape. This thing is meant to outspeed Infernape, because max speed Infernape can be a little bit scary. Obviously, Choice Scarf Infernape is possible, but I don't know. It depends on how scared he is of Starmie. And if he's Choice Scarf, that means Dragonite is able to set up on it easier, you know. Oh my god, I got the burpees. This thing is really, really good. Scald is pretty free against his team. He has no... Well, actually, okay, let me phrase that. Scald is free as long as he doesn't bring Gastrodon, which is another reason why I think he might bring the Gastrodon, but I'm just hoping he doesn't. Psyshock is there because it hits the Tentacruel really, really hard. It also is pretty free against his team. His only resistance is Jirachi, which never wants to swap in off fear of getting Scald. And another one is Magneton. And Slowking. Slowking is another one that could swap in to Starmie pretty easily, to be honest. Starmie can't really do anything to, you know, the lower tier thing like the Gastrodon and Slowking and stuff. But I felt like this set was the best set to run because I can't prioritize Magneton over Mega Altaria. I just can't. That's why Ice Beam's there. I need Ice Beam to be able to hit the Mega Altaria. And finally we come to Ginny, the Hoopa, Life Orb Magician with Trick Room, Shadow Ball, Nasty Plot, and Psyshock. This thing, that's fine. See, okay, last week, right? If you don't know, against Hitmontop Guy, I was really, really upset because I ran Trick Room, Hoopa, but I didn't run 0 EVs in speed because I wanted to outspeed Alomomola. And Showdown deliberately changed my speed down to lowest it could be, which honestly, I feel like that... I'm not saying it lost me the game, I'm saying it gave me no chance of coming back, you know? And that was really annoying. So, this week, fortunately, we don't have to run any speed. Like, the mons that we don't outspeed, we would never outspeed. And the mons that could outspeed us don't. Like, the Gastrodon is too slow, Garbodor's too slow, Slowking's too slow, Exploud. Exploud could be fast, but again, we're Hoopa, you know? He's not going to touch us. This thing, if I can set up a Trick Room and maybe even a Nasty Plot, if I set up a Nasty Plot and a Trick Room, it's over. If I set up a Trick Room, I can do a ton of damage to his team. With the Life Orb, Shadow Ball is pretty free against his team. The only resistances to Shadow Ball are Exploud? I believe Exploud is his only resistance. And, yeah, no, that it is Exploud, yeah. And the good thing about Hoopa is that Ditto doesn't beat Hoopa, because Ditto changes into Hoopa. And he's probably a Choice Scarf variant with max EVs, and I'm not. So, that's really, really awesome. Hoopa is really, really good in this match. I think it's going to do fantastic. As long as I use it right, we can definitely win this game with Hoopa. But we have 2 win conditions, as you can probably tell. We have Dragonite with Dragon Dance, which I feel like is more likely. But we also have Hoopa there in case we need it. So, I'm going to connect with Gomez, and we're going to jump into this. If you guys are excited, make sure to head to the button down below first and subscribe if you are not already to become a member of the Aggronix. So with that being said, let me connect with Gomez, and let's have a good game. Okay guys, we're gonna get into this. I am really, really nervous to see what he brings. We'll see what happens right here. I think the advantage is kind of in my corner because, like, Aggron easily beats certain mons of his team like Jirachi and Altaria, but am I expecting Altaria? I'm actually kind of not expecting Altaria just because Aggron easily beats it. It depends on how scared he is of Dragonite. If he's really scared of Dragonite, he'll definitely bring Altaria. If he's more concerned with, like, Starmie, he might not bring Altaria. But Altaria somewhat well Starmie, so it's kind of interesting. We'll see what happens right here, though. Dude, I can't type today. What the fuck? What the fuck, bro? He's just, I might cancel this and resend it. We'll see what happens here. Alright, so we are gonna jump into this. I'm really excited to see what happens here. Again, I don't know what he's gonna bring. Did I send the right team? I'm gonna send it again, actually. I don't know if I sent the right team. Just wanna make sure. Because I think I might have clicked another team with Dragonite in the 3rd slot. I don't know. We're going to get into this. I'm really expecting the Infernape. I think the Fernape and Mamoswine are pretty much guaranteed. But they both get beaten by Starmie. So, no Infernape! And he doesn't bring a lot of things. Okay, so he doesn't bring Tentacruel. He doesn't bring Gastrodon either. So, really interesting stuff here. Okay, this is interesting. Alright, so I'm just going to ignore spectators and ignore players. Don't forget to save the replay. I'm going to save it as well, but you know, just in case I forget. So his lead, I think it's going to be either Magneton or Jirachi. So I think Rotom is a pretty decent lead. I don't want to give away that my Rotom is Scarf, you know, which is important to me. I'm going to lead with Rotom. He leads with Garbodor, okay. So, I don't have a Poison type, so Toxic Spikes are going to get up here. Unfortunately, I can't really stop him. I think I'm going to go straight into Starmie just because I have to react to this thing. And I'm going to do that, because I think he's going to put up 1 layer of spikes. Fling. Wow. Okay, well, we have Heal Bell on Florges, so I'm not that worried about this thing. So his switch into this thing is... At least he didn't get up spikes. I think I'll just click Psyshock, because it'll definitely kill this thing. His switch in is either Magneton or Jirachi, so I can't swap in a Florges predicting a swap because I feel like that's his swap. I'm gonna click Psyshock. And we're just gonna kill the Garbodor, which is great. Okay, so I'm not too worried about Starmie being burned. We can heal that up later. And we'll see what happens here. If he goes in Altaria, I'm just clicking Ice Beam. He goes in Tornadus. Okay, so U-turn, super duper obvious right here. He's not clicking Super Power, so I think Aggron is a pretty good switch. I don't... Well... this is interesting. I'm gonna go in a Rotom, because he's gonna U-turn. Or Knock Off. He's gonna Hurricane, actually. He's gonna miss, unfortunately. Sorry about that, Gomez, but, you know, it is what it is. Now, I could Volt Switch. I could just Overheat as well. Overheat's pretty free as well, but I don't want him... If he goes in a Mamoswine, I just kind of go in a Florges, you know? Would he go in a Mamoswine? He goes in a Magneton, okay. We get a little bit of damage off on Magneton, and I think we go in a Hoopa. I know that sounds a little bit foolish. We could also go in a Dragonite. We could also go in a Dragonite. Or Aggron might be actually the right play. I'm not really sure. See, this thing has Magnet Pull, obviously, but does it really threaten Aggron that much? Sorry about that, and probably made your eyes bleed. No, that's not my spec. Mega Aggron. OU Tank, which is basically... We're using the standard spread, but it was just the best thing to run. If he's RU Trapper... Thunderbolt will do 40%. We go for Earthquake. Earthquake easily kills. Hoopa. How does Hoopa take on this thing? How does Hoopa take on this thing? It doesn't do that much damage, and we can just go for Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball kills at this range. He doesn't have any resistance, so I'm gonna go on a Hoopa. I'm gonna play this pretty offensively and just go on a Hoopa, and we kind of get a kill here. I could click Trick Room. But I'm just going to click Shadow Ball, because I want to kill this Magneton, and if he swaps out, it'll immediately punish whatever he goes into. Trick Room might have been the play there, but... Because Flash Cannon does very, very little, and Shadow Ball is going to kill the Magneton, so... That's great. I think either the Mamoswine or the... maybe I should have clicked Trick Room. I don't know. He goes into Tornadus. He's probably just going to click Knockoff here. I'm going to predict the Knockoff and go into Aggron. He's obviously not clicking Super Power because I have a Ghost type in. Goes for Hurricane again, and he misses again. I'm very, very sorry about that. But I'm sure he knows that, like, that wasn't going to do a lot. His team is severely weak to Aggron right now, so I'm just going to click Heavy Slam. Goes for Heat Wave. Does a lot of damage, and he's Life Orb. Okay, so we didn't see that before. So we get off a ton of damage with that. And I'm going to go out into... I think Rotom is a good play here. Because I just get to... No, I don't want to let the Altaria come in for free and start Dragon Dancing, because then we might lose. Aggron is kind of low, actually. Obviously. So right here, I'm going to go for Wish. And I need to go back into Aggron, because I need Aggron healthy. And he goes into Jirachi, which is perfect, because he cannot kill Aggron. If you start setting up Calm Minds or Substitutes, it's whatever, because I have Roar. It's fine. But I go straight back into Aggron. And Tornadus dies to Rock entry, so I need to put up rocks. Ancient Power. Okay, even if he got the boost, it was fine, because we just, you know. We're going to put up Stealth Rocks here. I don't care if he goes into Tornadus. He goes for T-Wave. And we put up a rock. So the Tornadus will die to Rock's entry. Ancient Power. He's looking for those boosts. Do a little bit of damage there. He's leftover, so he's a bulky set. He could have Wish. Goes for Ancient Power again. He's looking for those boosts. I think Heavy Slam kills. I'm just going to go for Heavy Slam, just in case he tries to go out into Altaria or Tornadus. He's going to Tornadus. And we get a Heavy Slam off, and we're going to kill the Tornadus. So that's great. I think the Mamoswine's going to come in here. For sure. I think Mamoswine is his best swap. I'm still very, very worried, because he could definitely still win this game. just because of his strength in his Pokemon. I could just Heavy Slam, but I need Aggron. I need Aggron just in case the Altaria becomes a little bit of a problem. So I think what I do is I can go on a Rotom. No, I'm gonna go on a Florges. He doubles out. He goes into Jirachi. So interesting switch. Do I click Wish or Moonblast? I still have Aggron with Roar. I'm gonna Wish. He has Mega Evolve. Okay. So I'm gonna go straight into Aggron right here. Aggron, like I said, does have Roar. We might even just Heavy Slam. It depends. It depends. Click Dragonlance again. Mega Aggron. Mega. Oops. Mega Altaria. Heavy Slam. Definitely one-shots. Dragonlance again. And we are... Oh! We're gonna miss out on the kill. Does he have Roost? He does have Roost. But we get fully paralyzed. I'm gonna go for Roar right here because he's going to Roost again. And we're gonna Roar him out, which is fine. And he goes in Mamoswine, which is okay. Again, I can't let Aggron get low, so I'm gonna go play offensively this time. I'm gonna go to Rotom. He goes for Earthquake. Now, this is an interesting switch because I feel like I click Volt Switch no matter what, because I don't care if he kills Rotom. Because Aggron walls. I think he's gonna go out into... I think he knows that I'm offensive this time. I think it's kind of obvious. I'm gonna click Volt Switch. Just swap out, he just go into Jirachi. So Rotom is actually gonna pick up this kill right here, as he does. And I'm gonna go back into Aggron, which forces either his Mamoswine to come back in on rocks, or he goes in Altaria and does nothing. So he just goes into Mamoswine. I think he's hoping so that I need to heal Bell with Florges, because if he's hoping that he can just Parastall me. He does get a huge hit there. I'm gonna go for Wish. He gets a crit on Florges. Okay, so 44%. 44%. What's 44%? What is 44%? Is that? Well, he's not Life Orb. He's not Life Orb. Is he Choice Band? I don't think he's Choice Band. I feel like he would do over. Yeah, no, he's not Choice Band. Is he Expert Belt? 45, 40. I feel like he's... I don't think he's choiced it anyway. He could be Choice Scarf. He could be Choice Scarf. Do I think he's Choice Scarf? See if he's... I have to go on a Rotom. At least I'll know. Into Volt Switch. Goes for knockoff. He's not Choice Scarf. So he knocks off my Choice Scarf right there, which is fine, because I get to go for Overheat right here. That's actually kind of worked out better for me, honestly, because now I can swap up my moves. If he goes into Altaria now, it's fine. We are going to barely miss out the KO on the Mamoswine. Goes for Icicle Crash. He does not kill. I'm going to go for Hidden Power Grass. Goes for Ice Shard. Does not kill. And we go for Hidden Power Grass. So I'm going to Volt Switch right here on the Altaria. I still have to be very, very careful about this Altaria, because it could definitely still win, just because it's Altaria. And he's a bulky set. So it's all about luck right here. It's all about luck. We're going to Volt Switch. And I'm going to go on Aggron, as he probably clicks Dragon Dance, or maybe even Earthquake. He goes for Dragon Dance. Okay, so we just have to get lucky. Or we don't have to get unlucky. He clicks Dragon Dance again. I think it's probably paralyzed. Okay. It comes down to this. It comes down to whether we get paralyzed. If you slam up. Can we get a crit, please? Because he got a crit earlier that killed my Florges. Well, we're doing more than his Roosts. If he clicks Earthquake right here, he goes for Roost. And we're going to kill the Mega Altaria, and we're going to get a 5-0 victory over Gomez. Oh my god! Oh, like I said, guys, I felt like the what was it? I felt like the matchup was kind of in my favor, but it was also very, very scary. He didn't bring Infernape, which really shocked me. I really thought the Infernape would come. But on the other hand, it doesn't really beat anything that I brought, so I guess he did make the right move. I guess he did make the right move by not bringing Infernape. It's just, that was insane, dude. A 5-0 over Gomez. The crit on floor just was unfortunate, but in some ways it did work out, because I was able to go and erode him and, you know, do the thing, you know, do the damn thing. So it's interesting, that battle, very, very interesting. It was a little bit hacksy with the Aggron being flinched, and obviously the floor just getting critted. But other than that, there wasn't really any hacks in the game. Obviously, power is a 25% chance. You can't really be upset over getting paralyzed. It's gonna happen, you know. But it was a really, really good game, guys. I really, really enjoyed it. We are now, I think we're 3-2. I think we're maybe 4-2. I don't know. But we're doing really, really well, guys. I'm really enjoying this league. I really love using Mega Aggron. It's just so great. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you have, make sure to have some like button down below for us, and subscribe if you weren't already, to become a member of the Aggronix. And with that being said, have yourselves a wonderful day. Oh my god, I'm so burpy. I'm gonna go to sleep. Bye bye.